video. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and good night, everyone. Thursday, August the 20th, 2026. It's the end of the Fakeologist work week. We are here Sunday through Thursday. We have a stellar lineup Sunday through Thursday. You always know what you're going to get. And plus, it's a lot easier to have recurring guests than book people because most people don't want to be on a broadcast. That's the truth. Most people, as Lynn and I were just saying, they aren't psychopaths. They don't want their topics or their views to be known. They want to be discreet, but not us, not Lynn Ertell and myself. Lynn Ertell, welcome back to the show. First show in August for us.
Oh, that's right.
First show in August. I took a couple weeks off, because nothing is happening. I mean, let's be honest. We haven't even had a PSYOP this month.
Well, there's been a lot of coverage focused on things like the Luigi Mangione trial. I guess it's preliminary hearings. Yeah. So I created a long thread on that in the forum because it's a big story here in Maryland.
Fakeologistforums.com. Fakeologistforums.com. Everyone can read it, and you can also join it.
So just walking through my recent activity in the forum, I'll just read some titles of threads that I started. When does $1 million mean nothing? That's upon learning that there are currently, right now, approximately 23.6 million millionaires.
Well, anyone who owns a house in a major city is a millionaire.
Right.
So that's
but in 1953, the National Bureau of Economics Research estimated that roughly 27,000 people, less than 2% of the top wealth holder group, had a net worth or gross estate exceeding $1 million. To get the context of that, in 1953...
Yeah, what was $1 million in 53 worth today?
Right here, it says, total personal wealth in 1953 was $1 trillion. In other words, that's it. The total amount of wealth was $1 trillion. Average gross estate for adults was under $10,000. You could be living... Median family income sat at roughly $4,410 per year. Yeah, you could own a house, pay the mortgage. Mom would stay home and raise the kids.
Okay, well, that would be...
On $4,410 a year.
$1 million then.
A net worth...
Yeah.
Well, all they'll say here is a net worth of $1 million back then carried far greater purchasing power.
Well, that goes without saying. $1 million then is worth $12.5 million today.
And I've posted a link to the 1953 movie, How to Marry a Millionaire.
Yeah.
Starring Marilyn Monroe, I think Betty Grable, maybe.
Nice.
What's her name? Rosalind, one of the, who was the other? Let me look real quick.
Oh, no.
Anyway, yeah, here they are. Oh, you're not looking at this. Let me share this.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, yeah, but I'm sharing the wrong screen.
I saw it. No, it was on the screen.
Oh, okay. Let me go back again.
I saw Marilyn Monroe.
All right, we're back again, right? Can you see that? Okay. Oh, I'm sharing the screen right now. Let me try.
No, not yet.
There we go.
Oh, I got to change the screen title. Hello. This is the Lynn Ertell Show. What's tonight's topic, by the way? Do we have one? I'd like to put it.
Well, I was going to go through the forum and see what you wanted to talk about.
I wanted to first get your take on the No Agenda show before we move too far, because we're both fans.
Yeah, I was in there this afternoon. I listened this afternoon. He had...
Who was on?
D-E-W. What's his name? Ron Dew or...
Wait. They're Larry and Darren? Darren and Larry weren't on?
No, they weren't on.
They weren't?
Basically, Adam Curry shared the show.
Yeah.
With, what the hell is his name? He was an Alex Jones guy. Wait a minute. Let me find it.
Great. It said, just do it. It says Curry.
Rob Dew. Is that his name? Rob Dew, D-E-W?
Oh, okay. I'm just looking at the show
You ever heard
screen.
of him? I mean,
Maybe. Not as in do weapons.
yeah, that's how he spells it. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
do weapons. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay.
And of course, Rob Dew. Is it Rob Dew or Ron Dew? I don't even care. Yeah, he's an InfoWars guy. He works for Alex Jones. See. So basically, Adam and at the end and before he left, Adam Curry says, "Oh, we all love Alex Jones. We might disagree with him, but we all love Alex Jones."
Not
And
really.
there's Adam Curry shilling for Alex Jones, and once again, his solution to everything is to put down your social media and read the Bible.
Are they getting rid of Larry and Darren?
Well, they run the network. I don't think they're getting rid of them, but no, you mean
they're not going to take over the No Agenda show.
I don't know, but the whole show was essentially Adam Curry and Rob Dew.
Okay, because I wrote to Adam. I said you got to get rid of these guys. They're going to kill your brand. And it's funny because someone on Twitter put a link to a video of Larry Blydner, and they dialed his voice down a million octaves and compressed the hell out of it like Howard Stern. That's not his voice. That deep, super deep voice, that wasn't even his voice. They completely manipulated his voice. I thought, to what end? Now, my voice is probably compressed on this mic because I just like the sound of it. But I guess it's pretty similar because you can hear my decompressed voice or uncompressed voice on the audio chats. I think it's pretty similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
You heard me on the audio chats. I mean, I just make it a little more radial, radio-like on this show.
Yeah.
But you're not compressed, that's for sure.
So I go on. Let's see. Gold is a big fat lie. Try and sell it. I can go into an extensive discussion about that. I invested in a bunch of gold coins, $5 gold coins, mint condition.
Are we done? Are we done the No Agenda topic?
Oh, you really want to talk about that?
Well, because you're the only one I know that listens. I don't have anyone else to relate to because I was just curious what you thought.
I got in the chat room, and right away I said, "Oh, is Rob Dew also selling erectile dysfunction pills?"
Oh, how'd that go?
Like Alex Jones does he? Because he probably has. I don't know. And they didn't kick me out of the chat room, so no one was offended. I think a lot of people in there are not real warm when it comes to Alex Jones. They're not big fans of Alex Jones, the No Agenda audience. But of course, Adam Curry has to suck up to everybody. He's got to suck up to Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because that's how he markets his brand. Okay?
Yeah, he's pretty kind to Alex for sure.
Yeah, so and of course Alex Jones within the last few days has challenged Tim Pool to a physical fight. But Tim Pool said that he'll only do it if he's paid $300,000. So do any of our audience pay any attention to Tim Pool or Alex Jones?
Not me.
Right, so
I did for 5 minutes, Alex Jones, but that was in 2012, and he occasionally leaks into the.
Well, I bought this gold. I bought these gold coins from Alex Jones, and you can't sell them anywhere.
Well, can you get them liquidated on in the jewelry district of your city?
You want to take a look here? I'm sharing my screen.
I'm looking at your screen. So we're going back to. So you bought a gold coin.
I bought a stash of $5 mint condition 1987 commemorative gold pieces in like 2006, 2005, 2006, when I was listening to Alex Jones almost every day. And I thought I'd put them aside.
Did he have you freaked out about the dollar?
Well, no, not. I wasn't freaked out about anything except 9/11. That's why I was listening to Alex Jones. It was the only place you could talk about 9/11.
Yeah, that's true. And don't forget, we got to talk about 9/11 today.
Yeah, and that was in 2005, 2006. So I told you my HVAC system failed. I had to get a whole new one and a new hot water heater, and consequently, I'm in debt now.
Right
So
now?
I pulled out.
Oh, okay.
I pulled out one of these gold coins, and I took it to a local gold dealer, and he looked it over. Spent like 10 minutes, looking it up. Found it in his book. I wish you share this screen. I want to show it to people.
I'm looking at it, but you're sharing the wrong screen. Oh, there it is. Now I see it.
Right.
We're
That's the coin I have. And
Okay.
eBay says it's worth $1,245.
A $5 coin is worth $1,200.
It's pure. It's almost pure gold. It's like 99% gold.
Wait, what did you pay for it? You paid $5.
No, what are you talking about? Back in 2005, 2006, I think they were like $165 a piece.
Oh, okay. So they've gone up 10 times. Okay.
At least.
Okay, I got it.
But here's the problem. This is what they say this $5 gold coin is worth.
Okay.
It's a big, fat, mother friggin' lie. Say.
How much is it worth?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's worth nothing because you can't sell it anywhere. Want to hear the overview? They go, the 1987 W U.S. Constitution Bicentennial $5 gold commemorative coin contains 0.2419 ounces of pure gold, 90% gold, 10% copper, and sells for roughly $1,150 to $1,400, depending on the grade and packaging. It was struck at the West Point Mint to honor the 200th anniversary of the U.S. Constitution.
Okay.
Here's just one sample of an email I sent to local gold dealers asking them, do you purchase the 1987 Constitution commemorative $5 gold coin? They're still in the plastic and freshly minted. In other words, I've never taken them out of the plastic. They're in a hard plastic, each one of them.
So this dealer doesn't even want it.
I wasn't even interested.
No.
Another one I went to in Ellicott City. Like I say, he looked it up in the book. He found it, and then he said, well, I hope you're not mad if I don't want it. Bye.
Well, maybe they're not exclusive enough.
I'm going to continue to look. I'm just telling you guys.
Put it on eBay for $1,200. That was what you said.
I didn't ask for it. Here's the thing.
No, I know they don't want it.
It's not like they offered me $200.
No, I know they don't want it at all. But
they don't want it at all, right?
Put it on eBay.
So well, I'll try that.
Well, the going rate on eBay you just showed is $12.45. You might have to wait a while.
I guess I have to sign up and get into eBay to do this.
That's not hard.
All right, I'll do it. I'll
do it on
just to prove the
Facebook.
point.
No,
but here's my offer to any of you out there. If you know how to sell this coin for $1,000, you can have $100 of that. You can have 10%.
Oh, Lynn is
more than that. If I can sell one of these,
okay,
I'll give half what I make to Fakeologist.
Okay, I'm gonna get right on this actually now.
So what I'm saying is, I can't get anybody to buy these coins. You understand?
Well, you haven't tried that hard.
I've been to 3 different gold dealers locally here in Columbia, Maryland. 1 in Ellicott City and 2 in Columbia.
Okay, let's.
And they weren't interested. They don't buy gold; they sell it.
Okay, let's ask the caller inner what they think. Caller inner, go ahead.
Hey, this is Willard from Florida.
Sorry, Willard, we were so late to pick you up. But how you doing? We don't have a song for you yet. Lynn, leave that on the screen so I can type in what it is. Commemorative.
Here, I'm going to eBay. Here it is on eBay. Can you see this?
Yeah, but just leave it. Don't keep moving it. Willard, go ahead.
I had a 9/11 question and a question for Lynn. Should I go with 9/11 first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Do either of you remember there was footage the day after that they ran on a loop? They had these long loops of video, and it was underneath like a plaza, and there was like an aluminum roof, and they had the sound of bodies hitting the roof, and they played it.
Yeah, I remember that.
I never saw that one.
Oh.
Are you talking about the jumpers?
Yeah, and the thing is there are several of them. So the guy says, "Oh, you can hear him jumping," and bam, and then time would elapse, and you hear another one, and then another one. And Ab, when you mentioned John Carpenter might have a role in it, that's like something out of a John Carpenter movie, playing footage like that, and then telling people to anticipate the sounds. I was wondering what y'all's reaction to that was.
Lynn, go ahead. Do you want me to play the video if I can find it?
I never, I don't remember that particular video, but I remember the watching the jumpers on the news. Yeah.
But that was the next day, I remember. Or that's what everyone says. 9/11 video.
Here it is. This is the exact coin that I've got.
Of jumpers.
In perfect condition.
Into, what is the foyer? Into foyer of World Trade Center?
Yeah, I think it was called the Plaza. The Plaza.
Into Plaza of World Trade Center. Okay, let's see. 9/11 graphic videos. Oh, there's a whole playlist. 9/11 graphic videos. Because we need to see that. Let me just show my screen. And then I'll let's see here. Wow, someone created a large playlist. Inside the WTC Plaza.
As I look around the courtyard, there's nobody there. I saw burning pieces of metal everywhere. I saw pieces of luggage. I had no idea where they came from.
You should do. They came from the garbage dump. By the way, did you hear Gemma and Tim Osmond on their second show they did last week or this week? Any of you two?
I heard Tim Osmond on your show. I have not yet heard him with Gemma, but I did hear a criticism of someone who said that that basically Tim Osmond kind of pandered to Gemma by not challenging her devotion and loyalty to the Pope and the Catholic Church.
Oh, well, Tim doesn't get into the religion and who done it. He doesn't like to get into that. So
what do you mean? He's the guy who's always saying that these religious systems are psyops.
Yeah, but when you're a guest on the show, you don't want to slam the host, do you? That's
not necessarily, but
yeah, you got to be polite. I thought he handled it well. What I was going to say to you was, Gemma was talking about that Matt Campbell guy in England.
Yeah,
that guy's a loon. Obviously, he's a crisis actor, but
why do you say he's a loon? He's a crisis actor, and he's lying.
Know, but he's an outrageous crisis actor. So he's designed to elicit a response.
Well, you mean his behavior is erratic? What do you mean?
The story is, I sort of remember this story because Simon Shack tangled with him, that he allegedly got the remains of his brother.
I talked on the phone to this guy, Matt Campbell.
Oh, okay, so you heard that the guy
many years ago. It's been about 10 years at least.
We got a video of that?
No, I talked to him on the phone. You understand?
Well,
we were corresponding.
You made a direct phone call. Oh, I thought you were on a show or something.
I don't think I called. He might have called me. No. It was a personal phone call.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay.
Because we had corresponded as a result of me sending him links to the Pages and Clues forum.
Oh, that's
and saying
perfect.
they're calling you a liar, and saying
that's perfect,
you didn't lose a brother in the towers.
Yeah, that's good.
And apparently, Matt at that point he complained. I think he complained to the people who maintain the servers that Clues Forum was on.
Oh, right. That's right. They tried to get him pulled.
For a couple of days or a week, they knocked Simon Shack off the web. You got to interview Simon Shack about Matt Campbell. There's a whole story here.
Oh, yeah. He's talked about it. But But the wacky part of the story was that Gemma reminded me of is that Matt allegedly got the remains of his brother, which is completely insane as a concept.
Yeah, what remains? How would you possibly be able to find any remains?
You should hear what he said he got. He got a tooth, and he got the eyebrows, and he glues the eyebrows to his bald head. Like Dilbert. You know Dilbert?
Oh,
the
what do you mean? He actually admits that he's gluing eyebrows to his head?
Yes, you know Dilbert, the boss on Dilbert?
I've seen. I thought that was just a stupid haircut he had.
No, I think that's something to do with the eyebrows in memoriam. It's craziness. It's absolutely insanity. I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
I hadn't heard that. We put
I
up
had
a
no
picture
idea
of him
you
to
had a
show how he
direct
was
link.
deliberately making himself look like Dilbert.
We saw
that. That was 10 years ago already. That's a long time.
I know, but he's still active in the scene.
Oh, yeah, he's busy with the architects and engineers. Oh, yeah, and I believe, has he been interviewed by Tucker Carlson yet? I think he has.
No, are you kidding?
Yeah, I think he's been interviewed by Tucker Carlson.
Oh, you're kidding. That's crazy. Well,
yeah, Tucker Carlson's going to repackage himself as a 9/11 truther.
Right.
And everybody out there is going to suck his ass.
Okay.
They are. They're going to forget that for 23 years, Tucker Carlson went around denouncing 9/11 truthers as parasites. That was his word, as parasites. And there's a video of him saying this. I posted it in the forum. It's all there. And I remember...
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. But I'm just saying...
Apparently there's a Matt Campbell football player, so it's really hard to get a hold of...
There are probably a million Matt Campbells. It's a very common name.
Video that's not coming up on the YouTube. But anyway, Willard, do you want me to play a little more of the jumpers? I'm trying to find it here. Willard?
Well, you can't... I just wondering if y'all were aware of it, what your reaction was.
Here. Okay, maybe this is it. Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I understand and wish to proceed. Images omitted. Omitted is spelled wrong from original media receipts.
Probably an AI. Probably this is AI generated, probably.
No, this is from 8 years ago. They love this.
That's what we all saw.
Yeah, but they're playing music. You can't hear any...
Well, you got to have music, of course.
No, but we're trying to hear the sound of them going through the glass.
No, there's...
I guess we're not going to hear that.
Right. Is Willard aware of the Gelatin B team?
Yeah, Willard.
Are you talking about the people that threw the dummies out the window?
Yeah, exactly. It was a group of artists, European. I think they were mostly German, but there may have been some Israeli, or maybe they were Israelis.
Oh, of course they were Israeli. Yeah. Kidding me?
Although they were ostensibly there as German art students.
Okay, is that right?
And they erected a balcony. They put some kind of balcony up there. Was it on the 98th floor?
Yeah, you're right. Somewhere up there. Mm-hmm.
And
that's the cover story for creating the footage, I guess.
Well, yeah, that's how the footage was created, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I have no doubt.
Well, yeah. Well, even if it wasn't, that's the conspiracy story.
The point is this.
Mm-hmm.
The overwhelming majority of the footage, the 9/11 footage we saw, was prepared in advance. It was prepared in advance. They wouldn't take any chances. That's why so many of the videos have this sort of brownish or dark look, because they couldn't know for sure that 9/11 was going to be a bright, sunny day, as it was.
Yes, that's right. We said that.
What if it had been cloudy and overcast? Then people would have noticed the presence of bright sunlight and might have said, hey, this isn't right.
Exactly. So
when they prepared the videos in advance, they made it kind of ambiguous enough that you couldn't really tell.
That's
and then
right.
Everybody would say, well, why is it so cloudy, or why is it so muddy, or why is it so brownish? It was just a poor resolution, an artifact of compression, whatever, Because the one thing you didn't want was bright sunlight in there if the day had turned out to be cloudy. That's all.
Yeah.
Everything was prepared in advance.
Yes, I agree with that.
And that includes the jumpers. This was all like a movie. 9/11 was a movie made for TV news. If anyone is still looking upon it as a terrorist attack, then they are still living inside the movie and are propping up a state-sponsored media psyop.
Okay, here's the sound effect for Willard. I found them on Bumble, or I like Johnny Stoops.
It's like static.
Well, yeah.
You wouldn't hear it at that distance. You wouldn't hear anything.
No, I know. It's so.
What do you think a body sounds like hitting the pavement anyway?
Well, didn't it go through the glass or something?
Oh,
I don't
really? Know. Like in a movie, I guess. In the movies, they always go through the glass and they land on the roof of a car. Always in the movies. Now, this guy is the famous hanging. Is this the hanging man right here? The tarot card?
Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, if you zoom in on this,
this is the one that famous photographer caught, the same photographer that caught the bullet that was going to Trump's ear. Remember that? Is this the same guy? Priceless. Okay, so, I guess we don't. I guess we don't have the good sound. I know what Willard's talking about. It went.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lynn hasn't seen it. It's what I was referring to, but it speaks to what you were saying the other day, Ab, with Tim about the theatrics. They set it up. I had a question for Lynn, though.
Go ahead.
Okay, Lynn, could you give us a movie review of the movie They Shoot Horses, Don't They?
Oh, I believe it won an Academy Award. Michael Sarrazin, Sandy Dennis, Jane Fonda, of course. I believe she may have gotten an Academy Award. Very critically acclaimed film. And the star of it was the Master of Ceremonies, played by, famous actor, Gig Young, maybe. But what They Shoot Horses, Don't They is about, it's about the dance marathons that used to be held in the depths of the Great Depression. People that were homeless were living in their cars. People that had nothing. They'd lost everything in the 1930s in the Great Depression. They would show up at these dance marathons. And the idea behind the dance marathon was you'd get out on the floor, couples, they competed as couples. And at the very least, they had to stay on their feet. They had to keep walking. And they were occasionally given breaks. I think at one point they were given like a half-hour break. But basically,
2-minute break.
They had to stay on the dance floor until they collapsed from exhaustion. And the last couple, and then you could be disqualified, obviously, if you weren't moving, if you weren't dancing, you could be disqualified. The idea was the last couple, still standing, still dancing, still moving on the dance floor, like a week later. I forget how long this dance marathon lasted. It went on for days and days. And of course, there'd always be an audience there, a live audience. I don't know if these things were filmed or not. This was, after all, the 1930s. And the talkies just started to come out. But in the movie, Jane Fonda and Michael Sarrazin play a couple who is trying to win some money at this dance marathon. And at the very end, the line, "They shoot horses, don't they?" is actually uttered by the Jane Fonda character to Michael Sarrazin. And so in order to accommodate her wishes, he shoots her. That's kind of, you got to watch the movie, because what the movie's really doing is creating the ambiance and the reality of this strange phenomenon that occurred during the Great Depression, these dance marathons, where couples with nothing, looking to make a prize, a cash prize, would be out stumbling around on this dance floor, sometimes utterly exhausted, ready to collapse. There were probably strokes and heart attacks and all kinds of things going on. And the main character of the movie really is the master of ceremonies. I wish I could remember the actor who played that role, because he was also in Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia, which was another great film in the 70s. They Shoot Horses, Don't They? I think came out in 68 or 69. Do you have the year for that? Or
Yeah, it was 69. Gig Young.
Gig Young. It was Gig Young. Okay, very good. Yeah. He's the star. He reminds me a lot. Have you ever seen the Arnold Schwarzenegger film, The Running Man?
Well, yeah, that's why I bring it up, right? Because it's this idea of
the master of ceremonies, the guy that's running the show. He is the show,
Well, it was this example of how they had people debase themselves for entertainment, because the elites would go pay money to watch it during, in the movie. But in real life, Sidney Pollack, they were doing the same thing to us by showing the movie, because the movie's sick when you watch it.
Well, yeah, it is, but it's still an accurate representation of what went on during the Great Depression. It's an authentic representation of what these dance marathons were like, how people were collapsing on the dance floor, and they were desperate
true.
to win the prize. Yeah. And, Gig Young really makes the film, because he's got to get out there. All right, everybody, he's got to be the master of ceremonies. And like I say, it reminds me a lot of the character who plays the master of ceremonies in The Running Man. He's doing all the talking, He's guiding the audience through the show. But you're right. The spectators are the most debased of all, because what they do is during the marathon, spectators will decide to sponsor one of these couples. You know what I'm saying? To cheer on these couples who are really dying on this dance floor. So, in total exhaustion, ready to collapse, but desperate to win this prize. So,
yeah, the point. I mean, do you see the irony of Sidney Pollack in them making such a thing?
I've uploaded a lot.
It's ironic because they're doing the very same thing. Do you remember Stoner's book, The Cultural Cold War, where it talks about the role of the intelligence agencies?
What's playing on the screen right now?
I was looking for the jumper video.
No, we're seeing it all. We're seeing some guy talking on the screen.
Oh, that's Brian. You remember Brian?
No, but not so much. More
Brian
the
Stavely
community has come to accept these ideas.
Stavely. Okay, yeah.
12 years ago, I was taking it much deeper than No Plans.
Why are we looking at Brian Stavely
that
now?
Includes,
he made a video about the fake 9/11 jumper, so I wanted to know who would put a video out
a lot of people made videos about the fake jumpers. Some great, excellent videos out there about the fake jumpers.
Yeah, no, I didn't know it was Brian, because there aren't that many people that talk about it. So Brian is one of them. Who else do you think talked about it?
Well, Clues Forum has a whole section.
Oh yeah, I meant the people that we don't know. Do we know anyone that?
Over the years, I've come across videos about the jumpers. Some of them, they focus on that guy that looks like the hanging man from the tarot card.
Yes.
So, but what was Willard was making a point here?
Well, this book by Stoner, The Cultural Cold War, talked about the intelligence agencies creating debased art for us, during that period.
Modern art.
Yeah, but do you really consider a movie like that to be debased? It's just it's social. It's what we call social realism. What's wrong with that?
No, baloney. See, you're playing into their hands by saying that, because they're playing you. If you go watch it a couple times, just watch. I encourage anybody to watch the movie.
Well, yeah. Here's what you mean by this. It was made in the context of the radical late 1969. Everybody was very radicalized. But I have to defend the movie, because there's no obscenity in it. The closest they come to obscenity is an argument that Jane Fonda has with Sandy Dennis. Because Sandy Dennis and her partner, her husband, also homeless, out there on the dance floor trying to win this prize, Sandy Dennis is pregnant. You know, she's participating in this exhausting dance marathon, and she's pregnant. And at one point in the movie, Jane Fonda says, "How could you possibly get pregnant in times like this?"
Right.
That may have offended you. And that's probably why you hate this movie. Because
no. You got to step back. You have to step back and look at who made the movie. Sidney Pollack. You know, does the movie bring life or death? The movie's sick. And it's part of this.
Yeah, but the actual events themselves were sick. And the movie, look, to anybody listening, the movie is called They Shoot Horses, Don't They? Was nominated for Academy Awards. I don't know which Academy Awards it won. Gig Young might have won an Academy Award for it.
Won, yeah, 9 Oscar nominations, right? But
it's a very authentic, realistic representation of what actually went on in the 1930s at these dance marathons. So all you want to do is you want to shelter people and protect them from looking at that reality and say that when a director or a producer brings an accurate, authentic representation of reality and history to the screen, somehow that's debasing us. I don't go for that.
Oh, okay, Lynn. Beginning in the mid-'60s with Bonnie and Clyde and with...
Bonnie and Clyde, yeah. Bonnie and Clyde, of course, the ending is very bloody. There's a lot of gratuitous violence in it, and it does tend to glorify and glamorize them. I agree with that. Warren Beatty was also criticized for glamorizing Bugsy Siegel when he made the movie Bugsy. So, yeah, if you want to attack these movies for misrepresenting or attempting to glamorize psychopaths and criminals, I'd accept that. But no, the movie They Shoot Horses, Don't They? The problem is that the subject matter is so disturbing that there's no way to present it. Doesn't glamorize it. It's so disturbing that do you want people not to be disturbed by works of art? Do you want them not to be bothered by movies?
Man, here's what I want people to be aware of. The people in Hollywood play us like a fiddle, okay? They play us, and we move from one point to another, where in the late 60s, our culture was gradually debased with these movies, okay? And if you sit back...
Why don't you blame it on the music? Blame it on the music. Blame it on Timothy Leary and LSD. Blame it on marijuana. Blame it on... blame it on... Here's what blame it on. Hey, hear me out. Don't blame it on Richard Nixon, who was a lying, corrupt bastard. Don't blame it on the Vietnam War. Don't blame it on the political assassinations that we lived through, one after the other. Don't blame it on the constant drumbeat of scandal and corruption and lies that radicalized my entire generation. No, blame it on some Hollywood directors. Blame it on some pop music producers. Blame it on them. Blame it on the Doors and Jim Morrison. How about that? No. Everything that happened in that period reflected what was really going on and reflected a radical critique of society. And I will never apologize for that. Never.
Okay, I don't buy that for a minute. They're exactly what was put in their heads. You telling me Jim Morrison was an organic person that just came out of nowhere? And Timothy Leary was an organic person that came out of nowhere?
It's a mix. It's a mix. Their music was very original. It was very dark. Okay. It was very brooding. But then so is Mozart's Requiem. Or Mozart's Adagio and Fugue in C minor. Very dark, very brooding. This is the nature of art. And if you're gonna denounce art, whether it's a film or music or poetry or drama,
yeah,
as debasing us just because it presents an accurate depiction of historical reality, then you're looking to live a sheltered existence, and you're really blaming the messenger. You're shooting the messenger. I hear this all the time. People go on and on about the Frankfurt School. They hate Theodore Adorno. They hate Walter Benjamin, Max Horkheimer, Erich Fromm, Herbert Marcuse, all the scholars and intellectuals, many of whom were Jewish, most of whom were Jewish, that fled the Third Reich and came here to the United States, the ones that survived. I think Walter Benjamin shot himself through the head. Because they were going to send him back to Germany. He was in Spain, and they were going to send him back to Germany. So he shot himself. He knew that the Germans would have thrown him in a concentration camp. But when people attack the Frankfurt School because they don't like their writings, what they're doing is blaming the messenger. They want to kill the messenger. I'm sorry if you don't like the message. The responsibility and the onus is on you to read what they have to say, to see if it reflects reality, to see if it's what it's right about, what it's wrong about. Is it flawed? Is it dishonest? Is it intellectually dishonest? Does it fabricate false facts? You're entitled to criticize, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
But
Hey, Lynn,
I'm
we
not going to
gotta-
shoot the messenger just because I don't like the message. I'm going to study the message first. Most of the people you hear attacking the Frankfurt School have never even read anything they published, so they don't even know what they're talking about.
All right,
This is an argument I get into with a lot of people in social media. This is, how dare they say this? Well, what they're saying happens to be true. Erich Fromm, in his most famous works, Escape from Freedom and the Sane Society, he is describing post-World War II civilization and culture to a T, accurately. If you don't like his description, if you don't like the implications, the logical implications that he draws from a critical examination of a society that's morphing into, he talks about something called the marketing orientation as a whole new personality type. The marketing orientation. Have you ever heard of this? How many people do you must know scores of people that fit right in to this
Lynn,
new personality that Erich Fromm describes.
Lynn. Hold on, Lynn. Lynn, another caller
This
in
is
there.
just anti-intellectualism is what it is.
Okay, other caller in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I believe that all of the above and all that were stated are responsible. Not just the Frankfurt School, not just the Jewish guys.
How about the Bolsheviks? Let's blame them while we're at it.
The Bolsheviks, yeah, every one of them. They're all designed to run us in circles, wear our minds out, and debase us. Everything from the Depression forward was. Now, I understand that Jane Fonda made that movie, and it was accurate, and that's okay. But the Depression and those things were done to debase us also.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course. But see, here's the thing. Nobody wants to hear the bad news. Nobody wants to hear a depressing or an infuriating message. No one wants to hear that manhood died on September 11th. American manhood died on 9/11 of 2001. And then, in March of 2020, it confirmed that manhood was dead, that there were no real men left in America. Maybe a few. There were a few that stood up and fought back. A few. But think about all these big, tough, MAGA, he-men. They all shut down their businesses. They didn't put up a fight. They could have hired they could have gotten court injunctions to keep their businesses open. They locked down their families. They allowed the schools to be shut down. They rolled up their sleeves for a vax. They put on a mask. They social distance. What kind of men are those?
I agree with you. I agree with you. All these things debased us.
Right. Hey, let's blame it on women.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's blame it on feminism. Let's blame everybody going along with 9/11 on feminism. What do you think of that? Hey,
It's part of the thing.
let's blame it
Everything
on the Jews. Let's blame it on the Jews that everybody went along with that ridiculous. Oh, we found a hijacker's passport in the rubble. Oh, we had to fly out the bin Ladens. Oh, somehow NORAD, our billion-dollar air defense system, never managed to scramble the jets and stop an attack on the Pentagon.
I agree with you. It's all what Willow said is right too.
That no one was willing to hold the United States military responsible for such an unthinkable failure. At Pearl Harbor, there were scapegoats. Admiral Kimmel and Major General Short were court-martialed. They were the scapegoats for an alleged failure to prepare for the attack on Pearl Harbor. And so they took the blame. But who was ever held accountable for the alleged failure of our government, our Pentagon, our Joint Chiefs of Staff? I watched all this happen in real time. I tuned in to that Senate committee hearing that was held that very evening.
Yeah, nobody was held on account.
Right. And that tells me there are no men left in America. Got it? I'm going to say that again. There were no men left in America. All the men turned into limp, lame, gutless, spineless, faggoty cowards.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
hey, who do you want to blame it on, huh? Want to blame it on the gays?
It's all of the above, Lynn. All of the above. Willard was right in those things, and you're right in what you're saying, too.
Okay, that's good. You're helping out.
The difference is I'm not for blaming the messenger.
Willard,
if someone wants to pull it, I see people. They're always waving that goddamn flag.
Hey, wait. Let Willard talk. Willard's very polite on the phone there. Go ahead, Willard. Are you...
I have very strong feelings about this. I'm emotional about it because what I've lived through is so cowardly. It's so cowardly, but you all want to blame the messenger for calling it out as the cowardice that it is.
Okay, let Willard talk. Willard, go ahead.
Sidney Pollack was the messenger, and I don't think he's a benevolent figure that was out to do
I didn't
good.
say he was. I just said that they shoot horses, don't they? Was a very honest and direct representation of the Great Depression.
Okay. How about
he didn't trivialize it. He didn't make things up or fabricate things out of thin air. These events actually happened. These dance marathons actually happened. So I found the film to be very educational. There were other films. Did Sidney Pollack direct?
Tootsie Out. He did Tootsie Out.
Yeah, that was educational. Guys dressing like women. That was good. That solved the problem.
Which film are you talking about?
Tootsie.
Ah, well,
Tootsie, goodbye.
Yeah, look, you can see that in a Shakespearean play. Over and over again, Shakespeare's plays have gender bending in them. Of course, they were all men in the beginning, playing women's roles.
Yeah.
But if you look at a film like A Midsummer Night's Dream or All's Well That Ends Well, any Shakespearean comedy, you've got men playing women disguising themselves as men. like Portia at one point in The Merchant of Venice, which is considered anti-Semitic. She's disguised as, there are any number of Shakespeare plays where the women disguise themselves as men. But of course, men were playing the role of the women disguising themselves as men. So what are you complaining about Tootsie for? Tootsie was trifling. Dustin Hoffman said, here's what he said. He said, this is always the greatest challenge that any professional actor has, is to play the opposite gender. He said, of course, it's a challenge for every actor to do that. And same thing with Robin Williams as Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know. I've never seen that one, but it's the same idea, right? Right. Because actors. Hey, look. How about this one? Best wishes, Julie Newmar, 215. Wesley Snipes and Patrick Swayze starred as, I guess, drag queens in this film called Best of Luck to Wong Fu, Julie Newmar. Are you familiar with this movie at all?
Julie Newmar was Batwoman.
Right. Look up Patrick Swayze in drag, Wesley Snipes in drag, and this movie will come up.
Yeah, they're all in drag.
Right. So this is what it is that actors, they see this as a sort of rite of passage. And the biggest test, and the more macho.
Absolutely. It's an androgyny thing. Mr. E goes into that.
Well, that's the nature of theater. That's the nature of theater. Come on. It's all artifice. It's all artificial. What, you saying people can't handle? Oh, it's debasing us and degrading us. We can't handle it. Well, what can you handle? Can you handle your own government blowing up? Can you handle your own government blowing up skyscrapers and running some stupid cock and bull story down? That should make you angry, not a movie. I lose here because
all of it makes me angry.
Lynn, you're on fire today.
Can I ask a question on another topic?
How about Sandy Hook? How angry does Sandy Hook make you?
Yeah, let's do another topic, Lynn.
The whole state of Connecticut went along with that.
Hey, Lynn,
and you're worried about a movie?
Go ahead, Willard. What's your new topic?
Okay. You know how in the political science classes, they'll talk about the old communists, how they would let the criminals out in the streets and that sort of thing. Well,
I don't know if that's true. That's not entirely true. The Bolsheviks shot criminals by the dozen. So that's not entirely true. It depends on which communists you're talking about. You're mostly talking about the ones who are running around parading as communists now. They don't have a clue what they stand for. They really don't. Democratic Socialists of America. They don't have a clue.
Go ahead, Willard.
Okay, in Wisconsin right now, Governor Evers is letting out murderers by the hundreds from prisons. I know two of them. They let them out.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. The idea is to create chaos. You create enough chaos, people will demand a dictatorship. They'll demand a police state.
Yeah.
They'll demand flock cameras and ring cameras, and a big argument going on about the flock cameras. Is that right?
Okay. Agreed. Okay. Well, just for the record.
Well, wait a minute. Do you object to the flock cameras?
No, I didn't say anything about that.
In public spaces, right? I mean, I can take a video camera out in a public space, and by the way, that includes government.
Well, no, it's Lynn. It's the database they create.
Okay.
It's the database. That's the controversy.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem.
Database, and they sell the data back to the public police force.
Yeah, I told you all about the experience I had where somebody broadsided my car. They ran a red light.
I know.
At a major intersection, and no one was the least bit interested in what the camera caught.
Hey, Willard, finish your sentence for God's sakes.
Oh, well, I mean, I just wanted to get y'all's take on it, but for the record, I've never been anybody else's geek, so I want to go on the record as that.
No, you're no geek.
No, we're not saying that. We're not saying it, but I think you might be in denial, though. I think you're playing the blame game here. You're playing the blame game, and I'm perfectly willing. I don't care if Hollywood. I hope Hollywood is completely bankrupt by now. I despise Hollywood. Okay. But that doesn't mean I'm going to shoot the messenger when someone is giving me the truth. As ugly as the truth might be.
I don't think they're benign people who are out to.
I didn't say their intentions were good. I can't read their minds. I don't know what their motives are. Okay. The Frankfurt School was committed to a vision of universal freedom. They had their own value system. You can read it. They weren't about enslaving people. They were about liberating people. But
Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Right.
You're right about that.
so maybe
Yeah,
they were
it's called
misguided.
nihilism.
Maybe they were naive. Maybe they didn't
nihilism.
realize what they were doing.
Yeah, it's called nihilism.
Well, I mean,
All
what
right,
else?
we only got 5 minutes left in the
Yeah.
show. So final question from Willard and then from John the Beggar, and then we wrap her up.
Okay. No, I'm good. Thanks for taking my call. Thanks for
Willard, you,
Hey,
you got her. You got her riled up tonight.
Willard, it's really important to me that when you're criticizing literature, movies, drama, music, pop music, I can't stand pop music. It sucks. But a lot of the music that emerged in the late 1960s and early 1970s was very original, and I fell in love with it. But
Okay,
I also like Beethoven and Mozart and Bach. I love Wagner. Wagner slept with his patrons' wives. He cheated people. He was not a nice guy. And Beethoven was impossible to be around because he smelled bad. He was deaf. He was temperamental. But he still wrote fantastic music.
Okay, wait, hold on. Willard, final comment.
Okay. I taught literature and art for 36 years professionally, and it boils down to this. Does the work bring life or does it bring death? That's how you determine if it's good or not.
And it can
Does it
never
bring
be a
life?
mix of the two. It's all strictly binary. Is that right?
That's yeah, you better believe it. Yep, that's true.
Well, I tell you what, the Bible, let's start. Why don't I take out the Bible and start reading you some of the crap that's in the Bible? Human sacrifice. In the Bible. God said, Abraham, kill me a son. Abe said, God, you must be putting me on. God said, whoa. Abe said, what? God said, you can do what you want, but next time you see me coming, you better run.
You better run.
Abe said, God, where you want this killing done? God said, out on Highway 61. That's Bob Dylan from like 1962, 63 maybe.
Yeah, sounds
He
like
was a
something, right?
controlled agent like all the other singers.
It's
They're
right
all
out of the
in the
Bible.
Bible.
It's right out of the Bible. Abraham was going to sacrifice his son Isaac.
Yeah,
There's
but not
other
on
incidents of
Highway
human
61.
sacrifice in the Bible as well, but of course,
John the Beggar, Bob Dylan was an artist trying to explore truth and all that. He had innocent motives too. He's just an artist.
well, it's the question is whether the message resonates.
He was chosen for that field like all of them are.
Because not all artists are successful. A lot of them fall flat on their faces. They might even be producing a really genuinely good piece of art and it just doesn't sell. I saw a lot of great bands that were never
And they
successful.
don't get pumped.
But
Doesn't move the narrative in their direction. That's why they don't get promoted.
That's right.
Not because the art isn't any good.
well, so
It doesn't achieve a political end.
right. So do you want to adopt the solution of the Third Reich and Stalin's Russia, Stalin's Soviet Union, which is to basically regulate, control, censor, and dictate the content of all art and culture?
No.
Because that was their solution to the problem that you're
Control most of
identifying
the
here.
art in this country.
Oh,
They do it
the Third Reich had this whole notion of was art and literature pro-Aryan, or was it contaminated by Jews? So
Okay.
they
All
even
right.
degenerate art, anything that was modern art, they called degenerate art, and they set aside one museum for what they called degenerate art, and the rest of it was banned. You couldn't paint that stuff, So that's the drift I'm getting from what you're saying, Willard. You would prefer a society in which the ruling class was able to dictate the content of art and literature and music.
They already are right now.
No,
They have the money.
I'm not missing out on any of that, Lynn. I'm not missing out on any of that. I'm not missing out on that stuff. I'm getting it every day. Just turn on your TV. You just think it's an organic, just who have the talent of ideas.
Part of it's organic. Part of it is
Thank
organic.
you. Thank you, Willard. Thank you. And John the Beggar, thank you.
You're welcome.
And have a good weekend. And Lynn, we're up against the hour. I hate to say it, but we got a little off the 9/11 topic.
study here is a German word.
Yeah.
Kulturkampf. Kampf, mein Kampf, my struggle, my fight.
Yeah.
Kulturkampf, culture war. Or
Culture war, yeah.
Culture fight. Kulturkampf. It was coined by Otto von Bismarck during this bitter struggle he had with the Catholic Church as he was trying to create the Prussian Empire. And the Catholic Church was standing in his way. And so he went to war against them in a Kulturkampf. It's worth studying to understand what we're talking about here. Kulturkampf, culture war.
Okay. I'm just reading X, and they say that getting back to the original topic of tonight's show, that looks like a couple of people really like the new No Agenda show with this Rob Dew guy. So now I'm going to
Rob Dew, that's his name, right?
Yeah. We're going to have to check it out. A few people like it. I think the Darren and Larry experiment for 6 different shows is over, but who knows?
Do you want me to play a little bit of, we don't have enough time to, there's this great video I loaded into the forum that explains the whole Luigi Mangione situation beautifully. But maybe we should save it for next week.
Let's save it for next week. And Lynn is also on the Discord, shortfake.com/Discord. If you want to join our Discord, that's where we hang out on the weekends. And I don't run the show. It's you guys run the show. You guys come and talk about anything and everything, preferably stuff regarding fakeology.
I want people to go out and watch that movie. They shoot horses, don't they? And the other movie that I'm constantly telling people to watch is Day of the Locust. Another Academy Award winning, Donald Sutherland, Burgess Meredith, about the Great Depression. Both of these movies are about the Great Depression. A Day of the Locust, based on Nathaniel West's 1936 novel, is about Hollywood during the Great Depression. And it shows how a riot is actually generated by a Hollywood event. And it also shows the making of a Hollywood movie and how someone can get seriously injured or killed in the making of a Hollywood movie. And how they handle that. That's Day of the Locust. And, of course, Willard has recommended they shoot horses, don't they? So I want people to go watch the movie themselves. I know everybody hates Jane Fonda.
I don't mind her. She used to be hot back in the day.
You know, she's actually very good in this. The acting in this film is outstanding.
I don't hate her.
No, I don't either. But she's annoying. She's really annoying because she's really into this climate.
Well, when they open their mouths, get political. And by the way, I got a message from Y2K, who is a listener on last night's show. He said, I like the new must discuss topic take on 9/11 in every show. I am very much a fan of that. After all, it is what brought us all on this journey. Peace from Denmark's. He put Denmark's as an MARX. And he's been listening to the show since 2013. Thank you, Y2K. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all the comments that come in on the show. Lynn leaves comments. You can put them on the blog. You can join the fakeologistforums.com.
Yeah, look at the forums.
Yeah, Lynn puts a ton of work in that. Go to the forums, fakeologistforums.com. That's a separate website that I run. I don't run it very well because I let it autopilot mainly. But we also have FakeOtube, fakeotube.com. All these websites cost money to run and maintain. They're not free. FakeOtube is the most expensive. And if you want to help out, fakeologist.com/donate.
Hey, you want to help out? Mm-hmm. Help me sell some of these gold coins.
Oh, yes. Bringing back to the beginning of the show. I did ask the bot. I asked Grok, why do I use Grok? Because I pay for the damn thing. Okay? I do pay for it. I pay for it so I can stream on X. We only have one person tonight watching on X. Everyone else is on YouTube and FakeOtube. But Lynn, it is saying that the best place to sell it in the United States is a major online bullion coin dealers with buyback programs.
Okay.
So you got AppMex, JM Bullion, SD Bullion, Money Metals
Yeah,
Exchange.
send me a. Okay, I'll go ask my. Send me a link to that, or
I'm gonna send you a link
yeah.
to this. I'm gonna send it to you on your email.
Because you know something, I didn't want to get into having to ship this thing to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm real cautious and suspicious
Well,
of situations
I
where
don't,
how you.
I don't
If I
blame
can
you.
walk into a store, you know,
Yeah.
with the gold coins, sell them, walk out with a check, that's one thing. But I don't want to get ripped off. That's what I'm concerned about. I do not want to get ripped off.
Okay, you're in Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
I'll just ask, where can I walk into a store in Baltimore, Maryland?
Well, Columbia. I'm in Columbia, Maryland, but it's close enough to Baltimore. Yeah.
Okay, I'll just quickly ask and see what the bot says. Anyone can do this, of course. Don't forget, the bot is just a glorified search engine. Okay, Baltimore Gold and Coin. They're on Sulgrave Avenue.
Yeah, I know exactly where that is. And
AD Gold and Coin.
right, here's what I want you to understand. I've already been around. I've already driven around to 3 or 4 places, and none of them will buy it.
What about KD Gold and Coin Exchange?
Well, I haven't been there, but here's the thing. How much more mileage do I have to put on my vehicle and drive around?
Well, you got to pick up the phone and call first. Come on. Let your fingers do the walking.
Right.
Remember that?
That's what I got to do. I got to either phone call or email.
Get on the
email
phone.
like I did.
No, get on the phone. Use your phone. Forget this email crap.
So why should I have to hunt for someone to buy these gold coins if they're really that
Because your coin is not fungible. That's see, it's not fungible.
Well, that means it's not. That means it is not a means of exchange.
It's a very low quality means of exchange. Use Bitcoin. I think you'll be happy. And that also means we take the wallet of Satoshi, wallet of Satoshi.com. And that is a micropayment based on Bitcoin. And it works. And Sam the Clam sent me 300,000 Satoshis. I'll let you do the math. It's not as much as it sounds, but it still works. And I used his Satoshis to buy fresh peaches. Why? Because my farmer, he takes Satoshis because I convinced him. So look at that. It works. You just have to tell people about it. And if they can understand it, it doesn't take long, and you can exchange goods and services. So there you go. There's your economics lesson. Oh, one more funny thing this week. They said on the markets, there's a company called Moderna. Do you remember that?
Moderna.
You remember there was Moderna, Pfizer,
yeah,
J&J.
of course, exactly. They make an mRNA vaccine.
I call it Murderna, as in murder. Anyway, they just announced the cancer vaccine based on the mRNA fraud.
A vaccine that can prevent cancer.
Yes.
Which cancer?
I don't know, but the stock went up 200%.
Well, that's like Elon Musk. People investing in his SpaceX. Come on, it's total bullshit.
And I'm with you on that. So this is just telling me that
markets are fake. Markets are fake.
They're based on illusion and belief. Now, I know Costco's a real company because I walk in there every day and drop hundreds of dollars, and I get real things.
Hey, what's a meme coin?
I think it's just a coin based on an idea, maybe.
So why is that worth any more than a Satoshi? I don't get it.
A meme coin is worth nothing. It shouldn't be worth anything.
Right. How is Donald Trump making billions off crypto?
I don't know if he is or not. That's
what they say.
Well, he's making money selling his coin because people believe in Donald Trump. But
I know.
Of course. Yes, exactly. So every other coin except Bitcoin is real. Why? Just look at the money behind Bitcoin. Trillions of dollars. You can put it in your retirement account. You can't do that with any other coin as far as I know. Well, maybe Ethereum, but yeah, just stick to a couple. Don't let the shit coins ruin your whole idea about Bitcoin and what it's all about. So Just stick to the good stuff and you'll be fine. But this Moderna thing, this cancer vaccine, if you just read a bit of it, some of the people on X, you'll see that their trials failed horribly. And Merck, another massive drug company, they get half of the money somehow, some way. So this thing is such a modern medicine is such a joke.
We're living in the age of quackery.
Oh yes, we are, and it's monetized and it's on the market. So I shorted Moderna the minute it shot up. So I'm I'm riding it on the way down because I just think it's crazy. I just
These
think
things
the whole
could end up being like bubbles, really, pump and dump, that kind of thing. You know.
Well, it's based on an illusion. It really is. It's
and
really
what
wacky.
isn't based on an look? Isn't the
I
dollar?
agree.
Isn't the dollar based on illusion
Yes,
now?
yes, and more. Yes, absolutely. All these things. Anyway,
Being a millionaire doesn't mean a thing now, does it?
well, yeah, you need 12 million to be the equivalent from
How to Marry a Millionaire. That's good.
Good movie. Good recommendation.
1953. How to Marry a Millionaire. Marrying a millionaire nowadays is nothing, right?
Exactly. You need a lot more than that.
Nickel dime.
Everyone come on the Discord, shortfake.com/Discord. Get on there and you can talk to Lynn or anyone else that shows up on the weekend. And that's Saturday morning usually, and it lasts most of the day. And Sunday morning starts 6 or so.
And by the way, Willard, I got something for you here.
He's gone.
Well, if he's still listening.
Yeah, he's listening.
I never pay to watch a movie. I have never paid to watch a movie on this computer. Never. I go over to a Russian site called OK.ru. And I'm going to post, if I can find, they've got all the movies out there. Some of them are dubbed into English. Some of them are, they've dubbed Russian, but they have English subtitles. But most of them are just the original movie with the English language, with everything. I want to see if they have versions of They Shoot Horses, Don't They, and Night of the Locust. Because one way we can resist debasement and degradation from art is not to pay for it, to watch it for free. And that way, if you think the movie is debasing and degrading people, at least you haven't paid for it.
All right.
I'll go that far with you on this question of whether watching depressing or infuriating or nihilistic movies somehow debases you if you're not smart enough to separate the wheat from the chaff and to distinguish between what's of value and what isn't, because that's what humans are supposed to do. They're supposed to exercise some discretion.
Yeah.
There is so much pornographic garbage out there that a movie like They Shoot Horses, Don't They, to me it's a shining diamond. So, just because you don't like Sidney Pollack, some of his films are good, some of them are mediocre. You know, we could argue about Martin Scorsese too. I know you can't stand the film Taxi Driver.
I don't like it much. I wasn't a big fan. Anyway, we got to go, Lynn. Thanks a lot. We will talk next week. Thanks, everybody. And fakeologist.com/donate.